Hi, I'm Lakshmipriya and I'm an architecture student. As a beginner in architecture, I wanted to crack Manda in the high school, so I have joined Perspective Foundation. Here the tutors are so friendly with the students and the teachings are so perfect and clear. Even though we had online classes due to this lockdown, the education was so clear and I have learned everything without any doubts. In each and every class, we have learned something new and interesting. After completing these classes, I have got a hope that I will clear NADA with the high school. So simply as a one-liner, do you want to achieve a goal in architecture? Then pursue your goal with Perspective Foundation.
Sudah, dapat sudah. Hi friends, good morning everyone. I'm sorry for the little delay. I actually was in a drive yesterday night, so just came a little late. So sorry for the delay today. Okay, so it's all architects. I had a site visits for the last 2 days. I thought we will actually will not have any classes after the first examination. So I have fixed up my site visits and everything for the second week. But somehow we had to continue. This today's class we are actually going to talk about the same thing, which is spatial formation. Okay, yesterday I was talking about how other fabric can be actually attained, and I actually talked about Gestalt theory, and most of you actually did not go through this Gestalt theory, and I asked you to actually send some pictures to try to understand and try to send it, because if you can understand Gestalt theory, that is enough. Actually, Gestalt theory is the one which actually deals with the psychological perception ideas, so you can identify, because the way actually Gestalt theory goes, like say for an example, if it is a continuity, then it actually goes with the continuity, it doesn't change and all that. So if you can understand that and you take some pictures from Google, and you work on that, then you can actually crack that three questions in a row actually, regarding the two questions which are asked, two or three questions which are asked from the principles of architecture. So we will actually, I think today they'll be going for the second session with the principles of architecture, the old syllabus. Okay, but there are some few things which are not actually being taught to you. So I will teach you that principles of architecture also tomorrow. Today we will actually go to the spatial formation and try to understand the spaces in a better way. Okay, let me actually So clearly you actually hear it today. It's about your spatial reasoning. Okay, spatial reasoning. It's been already taught to the old students, but hear it well. And like I will send you these slides, so you try to actually get these slides on. Try to, because see, it's not easy. It's a psychological subject, so all these things are spatial reasoning and things like that has to be worked out by yourself. You have to work. If I am actually taking a lecture on that, uh, if you are actually working on a lecture, that will not be possible. Okay, so let me actually go to the lesson, but I'll tell you, it's very important you actually go through that again and again, try to evolve. This has been already taught to you. Again, I'm actually teaching you. Riti is there. Riti is your Riti. Riti is your. Why don't the people are actually almost everyone is actually switched on their phone videos. I mean, someone can actually. Ma'am is there? No. Some people are not getting the link. Just wait 1 minute. 1 second, guys. Let them come in. 2, 3 people wants to come. Just wait. Aditya, why are you not putting on your cameras here? Harish, Yalini. Okay, for the newcomers, Mukti Prakash and Riti, I think Maran is the person who actually did understand this spatial ability assessment properly. Because in his examination, I think Maran has really done well. Some of the things he actually made a mistake, but overall, architecturally, Maran has done very well. All the questions from the architectural question paper, he answered very well. If Maran actually puts up some effort on his, physics, chemistry, and mathematics, I think he would actually score very well, more than 100, and he would have actually scored very well, more than 160 or something like that. Most of our students who scored 157 and all that, so they also have made mistakes in their physics, chemistry, and mathematics. I don't know why you are making mistakes in physics, which is an easy subject. This has been taught by for the 2 years you have been studying. Okay, guys. It's not only like not the way Mukti Prakash, you are actually coming the first time, but you did not do any Distler theory yesterday. I gave you so many lessons. All of you today in the morning after the 9 to 10 classes, kindly submit the examples for Distler theory. Okay, don't forget. Okay, don't forget. And I have asked you to take for the first perception drawing also. I have taken so many options, for like horses, tigers, fish, boat, and all that. So you also take so many examples from the Google, okay, and just submit it to me as a presentation. You're not doing it, you kindly do it, okay. Now we'll actually go to the spatial reasoning test. Okay, spatial reasoning test, also known as spatial awareness and ability. Last time I was little, because I thought like they will not ask the stupid questions, but that's the reason I was fast last time. This time I'll actually go slowly. Spatial awareness and ability, okay, are used to assess a candidate's capacity to manipulate 2D and 3D objects. I have actually taught you about 2D and 3D in detail because I talked to you. If you are having any doubt, the questions are also asked. Now the lessons are actually going on. You can join the lessons. Today also they will be taking the lessons of day 4, surface development and all that. So you can join the lessons and try to understand. See, spot the patterns. Please understand. This is what is very, very important as far as this is concerned. Spot the patterns between the shapes. Again, the tiger question is something like that. Spot the pattern. It is a pattern between the shape actually. You are all thinking, I have made you think like architects, but you are thinking like small 5 years old kids, guys. Tushar, you are all thinking like 5 years old kids, like, searching that six differences in a picture or something like. You have to think like you're a geometrical person, right? Perception should be geometrical. I have so many times told you, geometry. See the face of the tiger, see the texture of the tiger, see the lines of the tiger. Just try to imagine that. Don't actually see tiger's eyes and tiger's tail. Arushi was so like, it's a Bengal royal Bengal tiger. She was so happy actually seeing that actually. Like all Bengalis, like all Bengalis I have spoken to, they're all very happy with that first question because Royal Bengal tiger has been asked. And Rasgulla and Bengalis are actually together always, right? Okay. They are very sweet people. This could include identifying which answer option is a rotation of a single 2D object. See, yeah, rotation of a 2D object. That's what they are actually trying to do. This is what they are asked in your question paper. Some of the questions which they have asked to rotate and make it in a square, right? This is what they have asked. So try to understand. Okay, spatial awareness is something we exhibit every day. We do it every day, and we interpret objects and shapes in our daily lives. How do we do it? Anyone can give me an example. How do you exhibit every day and interpret objects and shapes in everyday's life? Any? Christy, tell me. How? Hey, what's this here? Cake cutting, pizza, all that I have actually told you about addition, subtraction, intersection. You do every day. Every day you guys do it. How we actually exhibit every day? Food itself we actually exhibit every day. We interpret objects and shapes in our days, every day's life. So please understand that. This is what you have to actually, you have to go to the test. So why do you need a spatial reasoning test? If you are considering a career in architecture, you will require a high spatial intelligence. These tests will most often timed and multiple choice nature. So they have actually made it this is very clearly actually written in the first page itself. So why do you need this? Okay, that's what very important. Always don't try to answer questions. Try to answer why are you actually asked to do that question. Okay. So when you can understand the spatial ability, then you will be able to actually understand. How do you organize? Okay. This type of questions, you'll have to demonstrate your ability to assemble and disassemble the 2D shapes. It's been taught to you. You know how to assemble and deassemble. That is what is called as addition. We are actually talking in a geometrical way and you are talking in a normal way. See, if you talk this as assemble and deassemble, this is what we are actually saying. But if you actually talk in architectural language, we call it as a intersection of solids or anything, intersection of shapes or something. Assemble and disassemble the 2D shapes. You will represent it with a few 3D 2D shapes and be asked to select which the option represent the shape that could formally combining by the all different shapes together. Please understand one thing very clearly. It's all the geometry which you are going to connect with each other in these 2D shapes. This is a pattern which is of geometry, different geometries. Try to understand what are the basic 3 geometries which has been taught to you. You forgot that. What's the basic geometry which has been taught to you? You kept that in your mind. That in architecture, they will be asking what is the primary shapes. In architectural nata, they will be asking what is the primary colors. This is what which was going in your mind. Your mind was not tuned enough to actually understand the geometry which has been taught. Try to understand the geometry and try to combine different shapes together. These questions will assess your ability to understand relative size of shapes and your ability to orient and manipulate them. That means if you are actually, this is a triangle. If I kept this triangle like this, then do you call this as a triangle or not? All these 2 things are same. Yes, it is same. It just rotated in that way actually. If you keep a triangle like that, is this called as a triangle? Yes, it is a triangle, guys. It's a triangle. It is just rotating itself anti-clockwise, clockwise. And another thing you have to be very, very clear. Always, always the patterns are regularized or irregularized, assembled or disassembled. Actually, it can never actually go in a. I have talked about a system called, you know, different elements are coming together. Even though there are different elements when come together, they actually form a symmetry. You know, they form a symmetry. So try to understand that. The option may ask you the opposite. That means they actually want you to orient or manipulate them, or which group of shape could fit together to create a displayed shape. Christy Jefferson இதெல்லாம் படிச்சிட்டு தான போனோம் நம்ம. Yes. So disassemble பண்றது, all these things have been taught to you. The sides of the shapes may have letters X, Y, Z. So you can distinguish the different lengths and how they match up the corresponding sides. So whenever you are actually attempting a 2D shape question, you put up your mind saying that whether it is a square, rectangle, triangle, circle, ellipse, parallelogram, hexagon, polygon, or something like that. Then you try to combine how these kind of things can be combined together. It may be that the shapes will be true to size and you'll be asked to pick correct option without resizing or without any individual shapes. If you don't understand this, you go back again, read this. I will send you this immediately. Just that I told you yesterday, I sent you. Okay, you again read it, but don't actually memorize. Try to get the examples and solve the things. Okay, try to get examples and solve the things. Okay, that's what you can actually do. Don't actually try to what an all of you are going there and in this question you will have to demonstrate your ability to assemble and disassemble the shapes. In this question I have to assemble the shapes. I have to disassemble and assemble the shape. This is disassemble the shapes. This is what you are doing. You are doing that physics and chemistry. Sir said, like, you know, sir put, you know, one black bold letter, assemblability, ability to assemble, ability to assemble, ability to assemble, ability to assemble, assemble is not happening at all. There itself the assemble is not happening, because the ability to assemble and disassemble, I have said, the people are reading ability to assemble, ability to assemble, ability to assemble. Then where is the assemble and disassemble is actually happening? So please try to understand, please try to figure it out. What is the shapes which is available to you? Try to get it. Try to get an example and try to answer the example. Today, I'll be very, very sure about this, guys. You have to put it. You have to put it in that perspective foundation group. Perspective foundation group used to be very, very active. Nowadays, it's not active at all. Whenever there is some kind of this thing only. Okay. Which figure can be made from these shapes without reasoning? Okay. So now what will you do? You take this is one, this is one, this identify them. This triangle. What is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. When 6 faces are there, what is that? Boy. Ask me, yeah. Hexagon, polygon, what?
Hexagon.
The hexagon. Okay, what is this?
Rectangular box.
Now don't look at the answer, please. Look at, because this is dimensional. Because it is dimensional, you should not look at the answer. What is this?
Square.
Right. Now square is very, very clear. So you are very clear about the square. So square is your, and square is here. They are very smart. They have given all squares. Okay. So all 3 pictures or 4 pictures have squares. Okay. Now hexagon is there. Okay. Now let me identify the hexagon. This is the dimension of hexagon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hexagon is identified. So hexagon is here. Hexagon is here. No hexagon is here. So this is out. Strike it out. This is not an answer. Okay, now there is a dimension which is here given. Okay, now if you don't know the dimension, then try to understand that you know this dimension. Now I actually divide these squares, then it is approximately 1, 2, 3 parts of this. So you try to understand 1, 2, 3 parts of it. Now we go to the exam question answer. Okay, this triangle is there, triangle is done. Okay, this triangle is here also, yes, there, but let me actually see that. This triangle is also there. Now you actually see this triangle dimension comparative with the dimension which is here. Okay, that means the dimension which is of the hexagon, they give you always clues. This is the hexagon's dimension. So here you have a dimension of hexagon. Now it is not actually fitting into, it is not fitting into this triangle. So this triangle is wrong. This question is wrong, right? The answer is like, you know, but answer is there, but don't actually choose the answer. Now you say 1, 2, and 3 parts. So you divide that 1, 2, and 3 parts. So perfectly fitting in. The scale is also somehow fitting in, because if you take this triangle, you actually mark it like that, because square is not going to change if you keep rotating that square. See, that's a clue again. That's a clue. See, if you keep rotating the square, it will not change. Try to actually align that also with this, then get an answer. So A is the answer. So you have to work like this. What you are doing, you just see and answer it. Work on every single object, then answer the question. How much time it took for me, Aparna? Yes, you can do it. So you do it like that. Don't actually give options like, you know, inky, pinky, funky, father has a donkey, donkey died, donkey carried, and all these things. Don't do that. Okay, please. So this is what is called as, I told about assembling and disassembling. That is the first question which we said, assembling and disassembling of shapes. Okay, transforming 2D nets to 3D shapes. That means you know how the transformation of things actually happens. I've been teaching you transformation of solids. That's what we actually said. What is the transformation of solids? I told you about 2D shapes actually getting extruded. That means it's actually becoming a square to a cube or a cuboid or a pyramid. I think yesterday the new students also would have actually gone through the YouTube videos of the solids, like, you know, the square is actually becoming a cuboid, cubes and all that. So you go through that again, try to understand, then transforming 2D nets into 3D shapes. That's what we are going to do. Here you will be actually presented with a 2D net more often than not a cube, a cuboid, and must identify which answer of the options can be clearly created by the 2D net. Okay, it's a very simple thing which you have already studied. You know about solidification. However, what makes these changing are that each side of the shape will have certain pattern or color. That's the only confusing thing which will actually happen. You forget it. You forget it. First, you actually think about the cube or the cuboid, the geometrical shape which is given it to you. How it is actually transforming from the 2 dimension to the 3 dimension. After that, you actually select the pattern, you select the color. Actually, they try to confuse you. They are trying to confuse you with this pattern. See, for an example, there are 4 twins which are actually there. There are 4 twins. They are standing in front of you. For an example, of 4 twins standing in front of you. How would you try to identify them? Through their dress? How they actually might confuse you? Tell me that. They try to actually put the odd man out, or, you know, they put different colors which are actually shaded with each other. Say they might actually go for a monochromatic color. They will actually go with the girls with the monochromatic colors. They might actually go with the kind of symmetrical or asymmetrical dissembling they actually try to do to confuse you. 4 twins, then you have to find 1 man out. Then you have to actually think about the geometrical patterns. You have to think about their faces. You'll be looking at their faces only. You'll be looking at their faces. Try to understand what are the shapes which are involved. You will not be seeing their you know, kanganas or the colors which they have put up or the dresses which they have done. Don't do that. Certain pattern or color. You are all actually going to the certain pattern and color. This requires you to mentally work out on how each side will look once it has been folded together and rotated to be sure to keep keep a note how new patterns may change once turned into two-dimensional or when rotating. That means there are two questions which are asked: rotating and mirroring. They actually ask you mirroring. Try to actually understand. Try to understand. You didn't know in it. Just a 2D representation of a 3D shape. Just a 2D representation of a 3D shape. If you unfold the 3D shape along its edges, the shape would form once it was flat. That means you know surface development. I have actually given you paper exercises to cut and actually do it. So when you actually can read that paper exercises, then you will be able to fold, unfold it, mirror it, unmirror it. Actually, there is no problem at all. Okay, we will actually take an example for that. Now this is the question which has been asked. Okay, like try to. This is the unfolded thing. Okay. Now what will you do? You try to actually put 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that what you do? Am I right? Is that what you do? Is that what you do? Correct? Is that what you do? Right. That means the sixth portion is actually identifying the frontal of the entire thing. That means how they have taken that. Okay. This 4 is here. Okay. A corresponding 4 has 3. 3 has this one. Okay. Is it right? It is in the right hand side. Try to guess that. Okay. We'll just put 3 here. Right? 3 here. Right? 3. Or it's a full. Okay. Sorry. It's a 5 here. You have to be very careful because even I am also getting that. See, 5 here. Then you actually have 1 here, say for an example, right? So this is all visible here. Okay, let's actually go back. It's a 2 here. It's a 5 here. It's a like say it is 1 here. See, here it is 2 here, and if you try to fold 6 and 5 on top, it actually comes. How will it actually look? Anyone can guess what will be the top? What in 4? 4 is this one, right? This one is 4. The top is going to be 4, right? That means they are actually taking this as a side. If you take this as a side, what will actually happen? This one will actually happen. This is what is actually happening. I mean, more or over, this one is actually talking about the right kind of an answer, right? This is the kind of an answer which you actually try to unfold. Say, let us actually see the unfolding of this. Okay. Now you actually, they have turned this one, and they have actually kept. If you turn this one, this will actually rotate in a different way altogether. That means you actually have a rotation policy. Okay, you actually try to rotate that entire thing. When you actually make this cube, try to make this cube. How will it actually look like? Okay, let me actually make this cube. If this is the bottom of the cube, okay, then I actually try to build the side of the cube. Then the next side of the cube. Okay, top of the cube. Am I correct? Sorry. Because if I unfold it, then it will go on top like that. that side is blank. This side is actually, will have, I actually fold it like that, and I said will have this. Guys, this is the answer. Is it right? This is the unfolded cube. Okay, this is the unfolded cube. So you try to unfold the cube like that. Now you actually rotate the cube. Okay, just rotate the cube and try to actually visualize and rotate the cube. So say for an example, that's a bottom. The bottom has to come aligned with this. Okay, so try to actually bring the cube to that level. That means this level. Then it will give you how are they actually doing it? And they rotate it actually. Now you have to, this is the cube which you have to work it out, just take time. This is the cube which you fold it, you assemble it. When you actually assemble this cube, you try to rotate it like that. Okay, you try to rotate it like that, then try to answer that question. Okay, that's what you have to actually do. See here, this is what is actually happening. You have a clue here, right? There's a clue here. There is an actual angle here. There is an actual angle here. So this is actually making this clue. That means it's more appropriate. So this is the clue in this side. This corner you actually see. If this one comes on top, this one comes on top, this will actually happen. That angle will actually happen here. So that is how you have to actually solve these kind of questions. Try to solve it with your rough paper and try to get the answer correct. What you have to do, you have to unfold, you have to assemble it actually. Assemble it, try to rotate it, then you will get the answer correct. Okay, if you make it in the pencil, it will be very, very easy to actually do it. You got that, or anything else you want to add? You have to, what do you do first? You try to actually assemble it, actually make it as a cube. Okay, here you will be asked with the rotations and reflection. There also there is a rotation and reflection. The rotation here, you will be asked which of the option is a rotation. That means you keep rotating it. The answer options will be the same 3D form, but each answer options will possess a distinguishing marker which will result in them being incorrect and leaving only one possible answer. Like, let's actually go like this one again. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 markers. Okay, now in EA actually what is actually happening, the bottom is here actually, the 5 is here. Okay. Bottom, the side one is 1. Okay, now the 2, not possible. Okay, now this is 1. Okay, if this space is actually kept like that. Okay, you have to actually think this, the longer space, the shorter space, the longer space. You have to think like that. Okay, when you think like that, then you actually have this dimension. Then they have actually kept it like that side. So when you keep rotating like this, then what will actually happen? It will stand like it will stand like that. Okay, we'll work on every object. Okay, so this will stand like that. This is what will actually happen. This portion will have, if it stands like that, then this portion will have the shading. This one will actually shading. Okay, now I actually try to make it, my 1 is that side, that 1 is that side, because parallel to the 1 is only that point marker is there actually. So if this is like that, this is the shape which has been actually done. So moreover, okay, if I actually take it straight like clockwise and I make this drawing, then most appropriate will be this answer because of this marker which is actually standing, because this marker is here. This is not at all possible because the shorter length which is here and the longer length which is here, longer length is there. So absolutely these you can take it out. Only problem is with these 2 answers actually. These 2 answers are the most appropriate answers. For these 2 answers, we try to just make this small thing and try to identify where is this 1. Where is this 1? The surface 1 is the very, very important factor here. Surface 1 we have actually identified. Parallel to the surface 1 will be the 2. So you actually got this thing correct. Understood, Aparna? You understood? You have to actually get it on. You have to actually make the portion which has been actually done. It's all actually exercises. How much time we took? So we can write 1 and 2. That is very, very important. You try to understand that phase and try to get the answer. Mostly the answers will be easy one day. Oh, correct answer is, oh, it's given here. Shape matching. I have 1,000 times I have actually told you to actually make that isometrics, but you did not make that isometric. Shape matching is very, very simple. You can always match the shapes with other things. It's all probability of two geometries, okay? Shape geometries. Again, you go back to the geometry. So you can actually, in this group, 2 groups of simple flat objects are given, and the question is to match pair of the same size, okay? Each drawing in the first group exactly the same as the drawing in the second group. The object in the second group may have been. Just practice this, okay, guys? This practice this, okay? This all actually comes with them. Group 2 corresponds to the group 1, okay? Start practicing it. In this example, you are asked to look at 2 groups of a simple flat objects and find pairs that are exactly the same size, okay? Like each group has about 25 small drawings of the 2 dimension. Don't get confused. When you are actually given these kind of things, don't get confused. Try to actually say one by one, you know, take one by one. Try to evaluate one by one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So try to evolve one by one and try to actually match with one by one. Always make the drawing. Always make the drawing. Write one. Then try to match it, okay? Always make the drawing, okay? Always write the surfaces. Write the surfaces. Try to find out what is the addition and subtraction has actually happened. This is a triangle. What is this? It's a rectangle. So try to understand. There is a square triangle which has been taken out. So you can find them. Where is that? Where is the group 1? Anyone can tell me that one, there is one.
Sir, X.
Yeah, because there is a triangle, okay? There is a triangle there and there is a rectangle there. So try to identify. Don't actually confuse. First match 1 and X, okay? Gone. It's a gone case. Now second, take the second question, okay? Now make the triangle, okay? Again, another triangle was there. Correct? That's what is the question which is asked, okay? So one triangle and one triangle is eaten actually here. So we have to find there are 2 triangles. Let us actually go to the triangles. Let's forget all these things. This has a triangle. This has a triangle. This has a triangle. This has a triangle. Okay, this has a triangle. Okay, this has a triangle. This has a triangle. So this has a triangle. So let's actually finalize. Okay, let's actually look out for only 2 triangles. Okay, then when we actually look at for 2 triangles only, this goes out. Okay, this goes out. Okay, this goes out.
Yes,
This goes out because it is not a triangle. This goes out. This goes out. This goes out. This goes out. Only triangle we are looking for. This goes out. We are looking only triangles. Only triangle is here. Sorry. This is actually in. Okay. This goes out. This goes out. This is in. This is in. This is goes out. So now we are actually restricted ourselves into only 3 things. 3 things are actually together now. Now you look at all the things, 3 things are there. Now from 3 things, how do you identify? Don't actually, do it in panic. You have enough time. Just don't do it in panic. Just identify. Now I need 2 triangles which are actually of this shape. Okay, most probably this is the shape. Right? Because this cannot be a shape. This cannot be, this shape is not there. No, even actually you can actually come to the conclusion between these 2. This is how you have to sort it out, right? Tushar, this is how you have to sort it out, okay? After 10 years, you'll actually have a problem. You'll be visiting so many people. You'll be having a confusion. You'll be actually going up with your mom to your textile shop, try to find out. Don't get actually, do you get frightened seeing so many dresses are there? How many hours are actually going to take this to finish this off? Don't worry. There will be always a choice. You can actually choose it easily. So try to evolve this. Try to practice these things. Okay. And rotation you try to practice, okay? That's one thing which you have to practice well. Okay, I tell you. The objects in the first group are labeled as numerical number. Okay, I'm sorry, I've just forgotten to tell you. These are numerical numbers. Numerical numbers. Sorry. The objects in the first group are labeled with numerical numbers. The objects in the second group are labeled with letters with a random order. Each drawing in the first group is exactly same as the drawing in the second group. The objects in the second group have been moved and some have been rotated. Please understand, you will get confused when you keep on going inside. Then some of them are actually rotated. And try to understand them and try to clear that in a proper way. Okay, got it? Visual comparison. It's a very important thing. Two-dimensionally, how do you actually compare a visual? How do you do it? Tushar, tell me, how do you do it? A, B, C, D, E, F. Anyone can tell. How do you do it? How to, Raja sir, how to do approach? Tell me. Give me an approach, Tushar. No, sir.
Sir, C and D.
Oh, I'll just kick you out. No problem. Don't think like that. How do you think? Tell me, Tushar.
So you compare the different elements.
How you actually make 1, 2, 3, 4. I told you surfaces you're forgetting it. 1, 2, 3. Don't forget everything. Forget all the things. Make 1, 2, 3, 4 first. Visualize. Takes 2 minutes. But always donkey jobs give you a good answers. 1, 2, 3, 4 I have put now. Now tell me what you should do.
So compare the different elements which are same one.
You have to look out for shapes. Right? Then we will take this as an example. There are 2 rectangles of same shapes. Let us actually think about it. 2 rectangles of the same shape. No one is actually having 2 rectangles. So this cannot be grouped. Correct? First answer is gone. Okay. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now tell me. All these things have a beautiful little square. Correct? You're right? Okay. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here in this combination, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 was coming like that. It was like just goes like that. It's a flow, right? In this combination, what's actually happening? The flow is actually here. This one, the flow is like this. Correct? That means this may be actually identical. Okay, let me actually see. Okay, maybe, but this is a mirror image of this one. Okay, this can be a mirror image. The angle actually is going like that. Okay, let me actually see here. This is one thing is here. That means let's make the graph again. You actually go like that, like this, right? Let's make the graph. So maybe this graph and this graph is actually, putting up a little bit of a effort. Okay, correct. The same effort which is actually putting up. Okay, let me actually see what is actually happening with E. Okay, what is actually happening with E? The dimension is very important. So third actual answer is dimension. When you are actually find out that this is not possible. Okay, now this is not possible. So 1, 2, 3. These are the important things which is possible, right? Am I correct, guys? Any problem? Okay, these 3 the important thing which is possible. Visually you can understand that. It's okay, good. Okay, it's 1, 2, 3. 3 are the important things. Now let us actually see. I have a square rectangle here. I have a square here, rectangle here, square here, rectangle here. I have a same square rectangle here. I have a same square here, same rectangle here. No, it is not same. The dimension is actually varying because the square which is here can be fit in here. Correct? That means that is the symmetrical which is there, which is given. So this is also answer wrong. Now what is the answer? You found the wrong answers. Now you find the right answer. Simple. But what are you trying to do? You try to find out the right answer. Don't try to find out the odd man out. Just try to get the odd man out and you can easily answer the questions very easily. What is the principle? Again, Tushar, now if you want to attempt this question, how will you attempt?
So number the surfaces.
First you will number it. Second,
Then we'll check the first rectangle, the two vertical rectangles. For A has both equal rectangles.
No, no,
No
no.
other
First
element.
you have to actually identify the squares and rectangles. Third, you'll be actually seeing the rotational values of everything. Okay, you'll see the rotational values of everything. Try to see the similarities of each other and try to see the dimensions. All these things you have to do. Try to evaluate that. Right, you can answer it very well. Anyone have a doubt? Aparna, Christy, you're trying to understand. Arushi, Sumita, Yalini ma'am, Shiva, Maran, Bhuneshwar. Bhuneshwar, don't have any doubts. Good year. Harish. Group rotation. All of you know about it. The two-dimensional group rotation is always asked. In this method, task to identify the original shape or the pattern. The multiple choice comparison of the original shape or the pattern after a single or multiple rotation. Key strategy. How to do it? Choose asymmetrical shape. Choose the asymmetrical shape in the group and determine how the shape would look when rotated clockwise otherwise. Okay, so try to choose the asymmetrical choose. Okay, now you know that very well, right? What is there saying? Read the question properly. Okay, question figure is this: you have a square, circle, square and a circle and an arrow. Okay, now you start rotating it. Okay, now this is 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, now let me actually put it again. 1 gone out. Okay, now I say where is my 1? Okay, my where did I actually go? 1, 2, 3, 4. Right answer. It's there. Okay, it's inside. Okay, now which one I took it as 1? Sorry. Guys, sorry guys. Nothing. Just like that. I've just forgotten what is the 1 and 2 I wrote. That's the problem. Nothing more than that. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay. This is clockwise. This is anti-clockwise. Okay. Let's check clockwise and anti-clockwise. Like I actually taken this rectangle as 1. Okay. Anti-clockwise, is it working? 1, it should be 2, but anti-clockwise it is working 2, correct? Okay, it's not working in a clockwise. 2, 3 is anti-clockwise, it is working. Yes, it is working anti-clockwise. Okay, 4 is also working. This is an anti-clockwise. Okay, just put it anti-clockwise. Okay, right now we go to this. 1 is this is 1. 2 is this one. 3 is approximately this one. 4 is approximately. Again, this is an anti-clockwise, right? So 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, now this one is actually going like this. Okay, correct way. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the arrow is like that. When arrow comes to this place, how will it actually look like? Take this line as a corresponding line. This is X is also very important. Corresponding line. Now parallelly you actually make the line. Okay, parallelly make the line. Now parallelly make the arrow. The arrow is like that. Parallelly to that X line. Okay, parallelly to the X line. Parallelly to the X line. Am I correct? Is there any doubts? They have given a reference line. This is called as reference lines. Okay, the reference lines are always good lines. Okay, we are rotating it. then it's very, very important. So this is the reference line which they have given. This you know that 1 and 2. Say for an example, I'm telling. For this it is 1 and 2, correct? A and B. Okay. Now I have an arrow actually moving like that. Then an arrow moves like this only to the parallel of this one, to the parallel of this one. Is the parallel of this one. Correct? Am I right? Is there any doubts? You have right. This question figure has a clue actually. So take the clue. See, first of all, I tell you one thing. The clues are very given in a beautiful way altogether. But you neglect the cues. So first you actually found out this one. This is clockwise or anti-clockwise. Now you try to understand. Okay. Now you know what is this. Arrow is here, correct? Perfect. Okay. Arrow is here. It is also perfect. Okay. Arrow is here. It is also perfect. So arrow is here. This is also perfect. Everything is actually perfect. But if you rotate in a proper way, in this one is the appropriate answer, correct? Because it says it actually is rotated 1, 2, 3, 4, right? That's what it's actually rotating. Okay, let us actually find out. No, sorry. See, I am also getting. Oh, yeah, right. No, this one. This one is rotating. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Most of them actually are 1, 2, 3. So it is the perfect rotation, because if you keep rotating it, then it actually has to go clockwise. This is the perfect rotation, right? Correct, guys? Because this is an anti-clockwise one. This is one also is there. This is also anti-clockwise. This is the only one which actually rotates in a proper way, in a clockwise rotation. So this is the appropriate answer which you can, but you have to work out in this way only, because this goes like this: 1, 2, 3, 4. And that anti-clockwise you'll not get that. This one only goes like that. So this one is actually going like that. This one is actually going like that. So when you actually see 3 of these are actually going opposite, this one is actually going correct. Okay, this is how you can actually find out. This is the odd man out, you know, this is the odd man. All these answers are actually wrong, but the crosses were given in a proper appropriate way, because all the symbols were actually given in a proper way. You have to just find what is the rotation properly. Okay, any doubts?
Sir, during the NATA examination,
Sir?
can we, during the NATA examination, when we will give the exam, we can't mark it, like we can't number it. How means we will do that? Is there any option for numbering?
You have a rough paper. Mukti
Yes,
Prakash,
sir.
you are given a rough paper. You draw it.
Yeah.
Right?
Actually,
Oh, you are telling that you are going to draw it in the computer.
yeah, I was just asking that.
God, man. That's the reason why we say that drawing test should not be actually conducted through computers. This is one of the reasons I say, because the paper always gives you a very good effect actually. Because of this problem only we are actually conducting everything here now. So it's all papers. You have the paper. See, I always write. See, I am also getting confused with this writing in the computer. If I write it in the paper, see, seriously, if I write it in the paper, I would actually make this very beautifully. It's easy for me in a paper, because I always put that cross, you know, this is the corresponding line, parallelism they call it actually, you know, like parallel. So first all of you will get confused with this cross. So I do first that cross only. The arrow mark is the very, very important, because this is to get confused. This is to make you confused, but they will never touch this. I tell you seriously, guys, it's a clue. I tell you, whenever they make a complicated one, they don't make anything with a complicated one. They always rotate it properly, because it's just to make you complicated. Because if you give more answers, then see, I tell you, Mukti Prakash and all the people, it's very difficult to you know, set the wrong answer. Easy to set the right answer. It is very wrong. Wrong answer is very, very difficult, because when we are setting in our colleges and all that, they always tell us, if you are actually giving a MCQ question, then the 3 questions should have this kind of a relation. One should be more weightage of confusion should be there. The attentiveness for the wrong answer should be more. See, this is all conditions. That means the people will actually get confused. You need to be careful that you don't identify the reflections. The best strategy is to choose the most asymmetrical shape in the group. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I'll just leave this here, okay, today, and I'll move on to the next class. I also have a small class actually, so I'll just come back to you. I'm going to teach contemporary architecture, okay? So I'll come back. So thank you so much. We'll meet. It's 9 o'clock. I have to go. Okay, I'll send you this one. Okay, we will talk about this. We'll talk about this tomorrow. Okay. Eunice ma'am is there? So they will put the YouTube video for today's session, and I think Eunice will actually check in now. Should put it at 8:22. It is all easy, guys. Don't get frightened. You have to think all that. That's it. You have to think in a logical way. If you don't think in the okay, right. Then. Oh, 11 o'clock so late the class. YouTube மட்டும் போட்டுருங்க. Sorry, okay, I'll do it. Guys, we'll do one thing. We'll have this class at say 11 o'clock. If it's possible, 11 o'clock we can actually have the class, because I have a small class for the university today. So I'll just finish that class and I'll come back. Okay, 11 o'clock. Ma'am is not well actually. That's the only problem. So 11 o'clock, I think Riti and Mukti Prakash and all the people can actually join us. 11 o'clock. Before that, you actually practice with this thing which I have already spoken to you, and post it in the group. Okay. See you at 11 o'clock. Okay. I'll just finish the class and come back.